for giving me this opportunity. I am Dave Schmidt. I live in Leesburg and am running for the 10th District Chairman of the Republican Party, and for which I've had a passion ever since probably at birth. I was raised by parents who were very strong Republicans. My mother was president of the Northern Kentucky Republican Women's Club, and I think I was pretty much brought up putting flyers at that time on windshields was the way that we campaigned, and for Barry Goldwater, Richard Nixon, all the way through. And I was an early Ronald Reagan fan, and in fact my first vote for President of the United States at age 18 was for Ronald Reagan in the Kentucky primary in 1976. And I actually had a chance to meet President Reagan when I was 10 years old in 1968. When he came to Kentucky, many people may not realize he ran for president that year for the Republican nomination and didn't make it. Then went on to college in Tennessee at Vanderbilt University, and I formed a club called Students for Reagan at Vanderbilt in 1979 in the fall, before Ronald Reagan even announced he was going to run for president of the United States. I got teased by a lot of fellow college friends and fraternity brothers who thought that he was old and washed up, and how, why was I supporting Reagan? But I graduated 1980 after having met the president-to-be at that time, and came back to a homecoming, and I was declared a prophet by those same people who were making fun of me before. So I do recognize leadership, and it's something it's been a part of my life. It's been a hobby to support the Republican Party wherever I've lived, on whatever campaign is going at that time. And I've supported local officials, and just so Mark Tate come in, I've supported Mark in the past in his campaigns for Senate, as well as Mayor of Middleburg. And I've supported a number of candidates. Our current delegate, Joe May, has endorsed me for this position. I've been proud to support Joe May in all of his races since I've lived in Leesburg, and have worked for George W. Bush. When he ran for president, I was the Leesburg coordinator, and was actually an appointee of his father's at the U.S. Department of Agriculture. And I headed up a Congressional and Information Affairs Office for the USDA's Food Safety and Inspection Service as part of my career. Since leaving, I had to leave the government the same time the first Bush left government. I've been at an association called the International Food Information Council, and have risen to the ranks of CEO of that organization. So I'm familiar leading a nonprofit organization on a day-to-day basis. We have about a $5 million budget, staff of 22, and that is a responsibility that I've had. I just hit 17 years with the same association. It's hard to believe that time has gone that fast. So now we're at a juncture for the Republican Party that I think is one of the most exciting times that we've had in a while. I think many of us felt pretty dejected back in 2008 when President Obama was first elected. We thought this might be a long hibernation for us, but sure enough, the public has recognized what they've gotten themselves into. And our party is now ready to spring forward to really take advantage of this opportunity we have, and we've got to have the right candidates, the right leadership to make sure that we don't blow this opportunity, because the congressional elections that are coming up later on this year are a tremendous opportunity. It was unheard of just a few months ago, but we now have the opportunity to take the Senate and the House and really to launch a great competitive candidate for 2012. So part of what we're going to do here in the 10th District, of course, is re-elect Frank Wolf. That is my #1 objective as chair of the 10th District, would be to re-elect Frank Wolf. I mean, not many districts are blessed to have such a strong candidate, 30 years experience in protecting the seat. And I had a meeting with him about 10 days ago, and I can tell you how energetic and how vibrant this man is. I expect him to be our representative for a very long time ahead. So I have no hesitation at all as chair of endorsing him, supporting him, and we've got to put all our energies behind re-electing Frank Wolf. Secondarily, we've got a great Republican governor of Virginia, and we need to stay behind him, support his solutions for Virginia that he has indicated are going to be jobs and transportation. Those are going to be his major priorities. And he's got some great plans, and let's stay behind him. Let's not, start chipping at him when he makes a wrong decision occasionally in some of your opinions. I want to stay behind our governor and give him the support he needs. And he's already being recognized nationally as a very strong an example of the future of our party. Third, I want to work with each of the units to really recruit the best, the top-notch candidates to run for all Republican races. We should not skip a race anywhere And with this much energy behind our party right now, I don't think that has to happen. And finally, we've really got to get more people to vote Republican. And I think sometimes we get in these inter-party squabbles and fights, and we've got people in our party that seem to want to fight Republicans more than they want to go out and just really elect more Republican candidates by bringing in others to our party, whether they're Democrats or independents. That's how Ronald Reagan did it. That's why he was successful. And that's the strategy, that's the tone I would bring to leadership of the 10th District, to get as many people as possible to vote Republican. And let's not forget, Ronald Reagan was a Democrat at one time. He saw the light and became one of the greatest leaders of this party. So I'm an optimist. I always hold hope for everybody. So I'm not here to figure out who can be a part of our party or not. I'm here to attract as many people into our party and help us elect the strongest candidates possible. So with that, thank you so much for your attention tonight. And it's great to come to Clarke County, see your beautiful courthouse, and I hope to see more of you in the future. Thank you. And if anybody didn't get a pamphlet, I'll hand them to you.